Welcome back, Nosey crew. I want to say one word, just one. And I want you to really notice what happens in your body or your mind when you hear me say it. Reinvention. What comes up? How did it make you feel? Because for a lot of people, that word lands somewhere between exciting and terrifying. It sounds like blowing up everything you've built. It sounds like you're having a midlife crisis, but with a better publicist. It sounds like the kind of thing that happens to other people. People with fewer responsibilities, fewer commitments, fewer people depending on them to stay exactly who they already are. I'm here to tell you today that every single one of those assumptions is wrong. Reinvention is not blowing up your life. It's not running away from it. It's not something that happens to people with more freedom or flexibility than you or I. Reinvention is the decision made at any age, from any starting point, with any amount of responsibility on your shoulders, to stop editing yourself down to fit a version of your life that was never the full picture. That's it. That's all it is. And I promise you, it is absolutely, completely, 100% available to you right here, right now, today. Let's talk about it. I'm the Nosey Coach, episode 14. Here we go. Before we get into what reinvention actually is and how it actually works, I need to kill a few myths about it first. Because I promise you as well, they are out there, they are loud, and they will talk you out of this before you even give it a real chance. Myth number 1. Reinvention is for people who have nothing to lose. This one implies that the more you've built, the career, the family, the reputation, the less permission you have to want something different. That responsibility is the enemy of reinvention. It's completely backwards. The person who has something to lose actually has the most powerful motivation in the world to make sure the reinvention actually counts. They're not doing it for fun. They're doing it for the people they love and the version of themselves that they deserve to see. That's not a liability. That's rocket fuel. Myth number 2. Reinvention means abandoning who you already are. Nobody is asking you to burn down the whole thing. Your career, you're staying there. Your family should still be the center of your universe. Your values, your history, your relationships, it all stays. Reinvention is not subtraction. It's addition. You're not erasing the person you've become. You are finally giving the person you were always supposed to be room to show up alongside. And that is completely different. And it is significantly less terrifying. Myth number 3. It's too late. The window's closed. I want to address this one directly, and I'm going to be blunt about it. The belief is not based in reality. It's based in fear. It's the most comfortable excuse available to any of us who are capable of more, but are scared of what trying and failing might look like. The window has not closed. You're not too old. You're not too settled. You're not too far in your career. You are 35, 40, 45, in possession of more self-knowledge, more life experience, more clarity about what actually matters than you had at 25 when the world told you that you were at the most capable. The window is not closed. You just haven't opened it yet. Reinvention is not a second chance. It's a first attempt at the version of yourself that you've been putting off. So what does reinvention actually look like for someone like you or me? So let me be specific, because reinventing yourself as advice is about as useful as be better, which is to say, not good at all. Reinvention does not look like quitting your job on a Tuesday, launching a startup by Friday. It does not look like a dramatic announcement on social media about your new journey. It does not look like buying a motorcycle, although I'm not saying anything against motorcycles, Nosey crew. I love them. But it looks like this. It looks like someone who spent decades of their life becoming a lawyer, who got into a legal job, got into something at the government, stable, secure, but somebody who felt underwhelmed by the life that he had built. It was a good life, a real life, a life with genuine things in it worth being grateful for. but deciding that one day that good wasn't the ceiling. That the discomfort I'd been managing for years was not a personality quirk, but it was a signal. And that signal was pointing somewhere worth going. And then doing something about it. Not everything at once, just the next honest step. It looks like a dad who decides his kids are not going to watch him coast for another decade, who decides that the blueprint he's laying down for them through action, not words, is going to be the one worth inheriting. It looks like picking up the thing you gave away, the creative instinct, the leadership drive, the hunger to build something that has your fingerprints on it. It looks like finding where those things can live in life that you actually have right now. Not the life you had at 24, not the life you'll have when everything lines up perfectly. This life right now. Real invention doesn't announce itself. It shows up quietly in the decisions you start making differently, in the things you stop tolerating, in the mornings where you get up with something to move towards instead of something to get through. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's quieter than people think, and it's actually more powerful than most people ever find out, because they've talked themselves out of it before it even started. So if you didn't already guess it, the story I just said was about me. I had everything lined up nicely. A good career, a fantastic family, a great social circle. Everything seemed good, but I was just getting through it. I knew I was built for more. I knew I wanted to reinvent myself, but I was always scared. Scared of failing. Scared of what if someone from high school found me online and went, what a loser. But you know what? We're past that, because reinvention, as I said, is rocket fuel. And here's what I know from the other side of that decision. The fear doesn't go away. I want to be honest with you about that, because I think a lot of motivational content implies that once you decide to go for it, some switch flips and suddenly everything feels clear and confident and easy. It doesn't. You still have the doubt. You still have the voice that asks whether this is worth it. You still have the mornings where the comfortable trap looks very attractive and the effort of becoming something feels very heavy. But here's what changes. The fear stops being the loudest thing in the room, because something else gets loud alongside it, something that wasn't there before. Purpose, direction, the feeling of moving towards something instead of just through something. And that feeling, even small, even early, even when it's more of a flicker than a flame, is all you need. It's enough to keep going. It's enough to choose the next step over the couch. It's enough to look your kids in the eyes at the end of the day and feel like the person looking back at them is somebody worth watching. You were not put on this earth to manage a life. You were put here to build one. The version of you that's been waiting patiently in the background, behind the job title and the routine and the responsible choices, he's not gone. He's always been there waiting, and he has been extraordinarily patient. But Nosey Crew, the time is now. It has always been now, and it will only ever be now. So here's your one thing this week, Nosey Crew. Ask yourself one question, and I want you to actually sit with it, not just hear it, not just look at it and move on. If nobody was watching, and I knew I couldn't fail, what would I actually try? That's it. That's the whole question. Write it down. Answer it honestly, because that answer, the one that comes up before the logical brain jumps in with all the reasons it's not realistic, that answer is pointing at something real, something worth examining, something that might just be the first step of the reinvention you've been putting off. Now, Episode 15, Season 1 finale of The Nosey Coach. 14 episodes. We woke up, we faced the mirror, we audited our excuses, we looked at our kids, we've cleared our circles, and we've stopped waiting. And now, in the finale, we've built something. We will define what we're actually running towards, not someone else's version of winning, not the highlight reel, not the number in the account or the title on the door. yours. Your definition, your finish line, your life. It's the episode that I've been building towards since number 1. And I promise you, you don't want to miss this one. So, share this episode today. Tell someone that season 1 finale is coming and they have time to catch up, because episode 15 will hit different. That I can guarantee you. I'm the Nosey Coach. Stay nosy. I'll see you at the finale.